Hey everybody, welcome back to another full self-driving beta video. I have the latest version, which is 11.4.3. We're going to turn it on and see how well it does. I have a really exciting unprotected left. This is going to be a short trip, just a quick test to see how it operates. Double tap down and the car is going to take off. It's going to come up here and we're going to take a quick look at the route. We're going to be going right. I had a little bit of an issue with the GPS connectivity. The maps data seemed to be off. I had to do an extra reset to get it on track. Not sure if anyone else is experiencing that, but we're going to go straight here and then turn right, go up into this neighborhood. I have 3 different waypoints dialed in. We're going to see how well it does. Well, 2 and then the final destination. Okay, went straight right through that light. No problem there. The turn signal went on very briefly for some reason. I think it was indicating it was trying to change lanes into the right lane. So nothing too unusual there. And up here, turning right onto Higgins Road, and then we're going to turn left onto Churchill. I just dialed in some random locations, but the second one will put us really nicely onto this path to do this unprotected left across Gulf Road, which is extremely busy road, and we are right at rush hour at the moment on Friday, June 9th. Creeping forward here, we got some traffic, and it almost went for it. If it had gone, it would have had to accelerate really quickly. Now it's safe to go. The light just turned green. Nobody behind us. Beautiful. Comes straight out. Very natural. Changes lanes immediately, getting into the middle lane. Love that. And now it needs to get over one more. There's the cue right there. Moving over. Sees that other car. For some reason, it came back into the middle lane. And here's where we're going to get over. Let's see. Turn signal went on early that time. Sometimes it gets over and then turns on the turn signal. That time it did it nice and early, indicating somebody is behind us here. Really smooth turn. They have improved that, and it is noticeable. The turns are very smooth. Now, coming in hot into this neighborhood here, it said limiting speed. There it's 25 miles per hour. Dialing it down to 28. That's what I like to see. And right up here is our first destination. Let's hope that it continues forward here. It remembers the other waypoints that I dialed in. Seems to be going pretty quickly here. Okay, 200 feet, should be slowing down. I'm going to put on my hazard lights here just so they know that I'm stopping. Okay, I'm going to pull over. Just let these people know that they can go around me. Okay, and I'm going to park the car. There we go. Continue trip. There we go. All right, we'll go ahead and double tap down. We've got a series of turns, twists, and turns there. This is much more interesting. Okay, back on. All right, nice and easy through this neighborhood. Not too much traffic. Tomorrow, I'm going to take the car down into the city of Chicago for a real test. I'll be down there all morning. I hope to capture some really great footage. Stopping for stop sign. The steering wheel turns left immediately when we arrive here. Now we have someone coming up there on the right. It proceeded forward. Really nice. It wasn't awkward. Sometimes it will creep forward and then stop in the middle of the intersection. It did not do that time. All right, these neighborhood drives are super simple and boring. So to save you some time, I will just skim right past this. Nobody around, so this is a nice and easy one. But coming up, this is going to be the big challenge. How is it going to cross over this very, very busy road? Let's see how it does. It's going to have to creep and look left, and it's going to have to find a gap for the cars going left and right. We've got some cars on the left. Definitely needs to wait for them. And I'm seeing quite a few cars on the right. It's interspersed. It's not too heavy on the right, but definitely heavy on the left. We've got a lot of cars coming here. Okay, and they're all showing up blue. Means the car is yielding to them. Waiting for a gap. I'll tell you exactly when the gap presents itself. As a human, you can instinctively see these things very easily. Sometimes when the car starts to go and it's not a good time, it scares me a little bit, but it always stops. This is the perfect time. Going forward, okay, it's hesitating. It sees the traffic on the right and it's not going. Smart. Really, really smart. Now, after these 2 cars pass, this is the time to go. There it is. Look at that. Beautiful. Excellent. That is absolutely perfect. There was nothing wrong with that at all. Really nice. I love it when it does stuff like that. It could have crept up into the creep zone in the middle of the road. It could have easily have done that, but it chose to wait. And that was the right thing to do. That was the safest path, the safest route to take. And this is going to be the real challenge. Let's see how it can do this unprotected left here. It's a very challenging left turn. This you're going to have to see to believe. Witnessing this is completely different than seeing it on film. I can guarantee you that. It is really amazing to be in the car when it pulls off stuff like this. Watch how it does this. This is going to be very fascinating. It's going to be a little bit nerve-wracking for me because this is a very busy road and it's just a simple stop sign and traffic that's moving pretty quickly. I know Chuck Cook has a turn like this as well, but I think his street, the traffic's moving a little bit faster than it is here on this road. On this road, the cars are going maybe 45 miles an hour. Sometimes they're pushing 50, right in that range. So here we are creeping for visibility. We've got a lot of obstruction on the left, a bunch of trees, and there's like a fence. So it's very hard to see. Now I'm far enough forward where I can see there's traffic coming on the left. Definitely not a good time. On the right, there's not as much traffic. Let's see what happens. Okay, now there's going to be a gap. After this car passes, here we go, right here. This is the time to go. It's coming out. Beautiful. Look at that. Found the gap perfectly. No issues. That was excellently done. No issues. Love it. Okay, that's 2 for 2. Oh, this stuff gets me super excited, especially when it performs so nicely. There are those times, though, that it really lets you down and you feel like, oh man, it's screwed up, and then it ruins the rest of the experience. But when it nails stuff like that, especially 2 times in a row, it makes you feel so good about the software. And that's why I'm a true believer in this vision approach. The only question mark in my mind is how it can get over that jitter effect. So there's that delay with the camera seeing stuff and then taking action. And that is an inherent delay. It's a hardware delay. It's something that is very challenging. Oh no, this is back. So it always used to stop here, and now it's stopping again. I'm gonna have to report that this issue, this bug is back. 11.4.2 had it fixed, and now it's come back. That ghost intersection. It always used to stop there in all the previous versions, and then the last one fixed it, and now it came back. And I don't know if it has to do with the map data or what, but very disappointing to see that one come back. I was loving the fact that it would pass by there every time, because this is a route that I take regularly, and when it would always stop there, this is a road that is a 45 mile per hour road normally, and this short section it's 35 miles per hour, but most people are blasting through here going 45, 50, and it always slows down there, and if there's someone behind you and you're not paying attention, you could have an instant collision. You have to be very careful there. It's definitely not something that you would expect to happen where the car is slowing down. And there's no message saying slowing down for stop sign. I've speculated in the past that it saw a stop sign that was maybe slanted the wrong way or something, but that doesn't show up on the screen. So really hard to tell. You can see the visualization bug is still there. Look at the screen. All of the elements have completely disappeared. And if you wait a moment, they all come back again. But this glitch, I believe, has to do with GPS connectivity. That is my best guess. I've seen it appear on a lot of other beta testers on their videos as well. Some people have speculated that it's because I have a modified screen for the HDMI output. I don't believe that's the case. I will do some testing this weekend where I'll swap it back out with my regular screen. But in case you're interested in capturing this HDMI output on your own, and you want to bring your content up to the next level, you can contact Adam Urban on Twitter, and he can hook you up with a screen. I think he has limited supply. He may have stopped distributing them, but it doesn't hurt to reach out to him. His tag name is Aimful Wandering. Big fan of the screens he puts together. He does really high quality work, and this output is awesome. You do need to get a high quality Android tablet to be able to capture the output through a USB Camera Pro app. And as long as you have that, as well as the HDMI capture card, you can get this high quality output video. Sometimes the connection is a little bit iffy, so you have to keep an eye to make sure that it doesn't come loose or anything like that. But you basically strap the tablet inside of your car onto a seat or something, so it's sitting there. Okay, almost chose the gap there. You saw it was about to get in the right lane. It then aborted at the last second. Now we're in a tough situation. We don't have much distance before we need to get over. Looks like it's speeding up to try to get in between these two cars. Let's see if it can do this. Okay, ooh, it's really wanting to get over there. Now it's going to be really hard. I think it's going to miss this turn. Now, yes, it is. So if it tries to get over there right now, it's going to really create an interruption. So it is missing that turn. Let's see what happens. It's going to have to reroute. So it's going to still have to get over to the right. It's hesitating to get over there. Someone's closing the gap there. I have it on the assertive setting, and it's still having a hard time getting over there. It's not assertive enough to get over. Now it's slowing down, so it's going to miss this next opportunity. Let's take a look and see how it reroutes itself. So it's wanting to go around. It should have gotten over there to the right. That's really disappointing. So that remains an issue that has been there for a while, is it just isn't assertive enough sometimes. It doesn't get over early enough to make those turns. So now this puts us in a very uncomfortable situation. So I've had this happen before where I'm in the middle lane and it says it needs to go to the right. Okay, as you can see, the path is telling us to go right on Roselle Road, which is right in front of us. Now what has happened in the past is if there's enough of a gap, if somebody's not paying attention or something, it will just swerve across multiple lanes of traffic at the last second and try to make this turn. So it through brute force will try to do it. Now, if there are cars blocking, it won't go into the cars, but it still will try. So you have to be extremely alert in these situations. So the GPS is telling it to go to the right, and we obviously don't have enough distance to do that. And obviously there's a lot of cars as well around us that it's going to make it very difficult. So let's see what happens here. Okay, it's hesitating. Let's see. I hope it doesn't. Okay, almost tried to go into the right lane. Glad it didn't. Now look, it's really wanting to go over there. It better not even try. It's trying, changing lines. It's so okay. It got over. Let's see. A message just came up. I'm not sure what it said. Maybe put some force on the steering wheel. Okay, so it's going to turn right here. See, that made me really uncomfortable. It was like braking in the middle of the intersection, trying to get over to make a right turn late. And if it had had the chance, it probably would have tried to do it, and then it would have been a real mess because people would be honking at me. It would have been really uncomfortable. So thankfully there were cars blocking. But yeah, it will make every attempt possible, even if it's late, to try to get onto the road it's supposed to be on, instead of getting over way earlier. And I'm not sure why it got all the way in the left lane, way back there. That's the move it made a mistake on. It should have stayed in the middle lane or on the far right lane much, much earlier. Okay, so we're going nice and slow in this neighborhood here, and we're going to be wrapping around. We're going through a kind of a side entrance to the gym. Let's see how it pulls this off. Okay, it's going to go out on the main road. So this is an interesting area. There's like an entry exit point there for a Goodyear tire place, and we waited for those people to come out. Now it's clear. It should really go up there. It's waiting, I think, for this other car. That's kind of nice that it's kind of waiting. I don't think that's on purpose, but it is leaving that gap there. Let's see what happens here. Okay, they're going. Car's moving forward. It better not go. Okay, stop. Okay, good. Now it's safe to go. It scared me there. I thought it was going to go straight through that stop sign. All right, we having fun yet? I know I am. Let's see how it pulls this off. It's going to go through a side entrance and swerve around. There's another entrance a little bit further up that I usually go in. You can see that entry point right forward one. That's usually how I get in there. And it's a little bit of a better route. Actually, it's two paths up. two entries up there that I usually go in. This is taking another route, one that I don't usually take. So let's see how it does this. Okay, speeding up, only to speed right back down again. Okay, this is where it's having us go in. See, tight with the curbs. Nicely done. Okay, beautiful. All right, let's see how it does this here. Okay, stopping. This is always an interesting one. I have actually had it take me through here, this entrance path, once before. And going through here nice and smooth. Now there's a bunch of dumpsters. Oh, it looks like there's a truck back here right now as well. There's always quite a bit of stuff back here. And thankfully no potholes. I don't see any glass or debris, which is good. Coming through here nice and slow. And oh, this is going to be really interesting. Look how narrow this is. Going through there, really nice. And left turn signal is on. So we are in uncharted territory. You know, we're in a private lot right now. And went over that that manhole cover. Thankfully not too quickly. Still potholes and divots in the road are very uncomfortable. It doesn't know to slow down a lot of times. And great, we're arriving. So all in all, that was a fairly decent ride. Those two left turns across, and that going straight across that busy road, and then that left turn, amazing. But missing that entrance, not so good. Overall, I would give this an 8 out of 10. All right, I'm back. I haven't had enough fun with 11.4.3, so I had to come back to test this extremely challenging unprotected left turn. It is very, very difficult. I had a hard time capturing the angle with the traffic coming, so I've mounted my GoPro a little bit further back. Hopefully you can see the traffic a little bit better. Let me just zoom out here and show you. I'm going to stop by this Dunkin' Donuts, and then coming out of there, this is the extremely difficult left turn. It needs to go across. Ooh, it looks, yeah, so you can see that path that's light blue is going to come across this traffic, and it's usually pretty busy. It's 6:37 p.m. on a Friday. Hopefully we'll run into some traffic. I'm going to try to force it out onto Gulf Road here to begin, give it a little bit more challenging track. So right now you can see it's trying to exit the parking lot going to the right, but I'm going to try to get it to go left here. Let's see if it will reroute as soon as I come up here. Hopefully this short distance is enough for it to recognize that it needs to change its path here, because this is going to be a lot more interesting. We have to go across this median. Let's see what happens here. Okay, it's trying to go left. So this is an unusual area. Like normally the GPS is not going to have you go this way, but you can definitely go this way. The medians here in Illinois are a little bit weird, but everybody comes up through this area. So now let's wait for it to reroute, and it'll turn left into the parking lot. There we go. And it's actually turning left into the parking lot at a different location than I would go, which is fine. We'll go ahead and turn it on from here. All right, please keep your hands on the wheel. Okay, so the sun is setting in the west. We're heading west, so we have a lot of sunlight coming in through the window, and then obviously hitting those cameras as well. So depending on where the sun is, sometimes it will obstruct the view of the camera. I had one situation where it went right through a stop sign because it couldn't see it. The sun was blocking it. Oh, don't know. It just ran that stop sign. Did you see that? Right up here, we pass through this light, and then it's going to turn left. And then the fun begins. So it's going to get really interesting. Okay, it's getting over correctly. Very nice there. And left turn signal's on. Now here's a bunch of traffic. It's going to have to negotiate with this traffic, find a gap, and then take it. Let's see how it does. Steering wheel hesitating a little bit. It's waiting. Now this would be a perfect gap here. Ooh, it's going to be tight. Let's see what happens. It's starting to go. Waiting. Okay, it would really have to go quickly. Okay, good. It didn't go. That would have been a very challenging turn. Even as a human, that would be really tight. You'd have to really step on it. And even then, you'd probably get honked at. So I'm really thankful it didn't go there. Steering wheel just moved a tiny bit there. Love that. Now this is the exact right time, and there's no cars. That was pretty easy. The reaction time going through there was nice as well. So once we come through here, it's going to want to go into the parking lot, but I'm going to take over before we get there because we want to go straight here. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourselves for one of the most difficult unprotected left turns there is. Here we go. Put it into drive. Wait for the icon to show up. There it is. And we'll turn it on. We've got a lot of traffic here ahead of us. They're all waiting for the light to turn green. And if the timing is right, we're going to come up at the exact same time that they're coming at us. Let's see. We've got some traffic there on the right. Okay, perfect. Here come the cars. Normally, I would have crept up there and gone. And it's going for it. You could see those cars there. It went for it. And the cars on the right, there's a couple. We're in the median. It's slowing down, waiting for the gap. It needs to get all the way over to the right. There, it's coming straight out. And now we need to get all the way over. It needs to get onto Spring Mill. Let's see if it can do it. Ooh, it just cut off that car in back of us. Really assertive. And it had to make that turn there. It's slowing down. I'm going to have to step on the accelerators. The person behind me is probably like, what is going on? So now it missed the turn. So it's now rerouting the GPS. It's slowed down there. So this driver in back of me, I think, is kind of like, what is this guy doing? But it took that gap, and it was really, really well done. I've never seen it be that assertive trying to get into a gap before. That certainly didn't happen previously when we were driving. So very interesting there. I've never seen, like I said, that behavior before. So now it's going to reroute and come through here, and that concludes that turn. I think it did a very good job. It just missed that short distance. It's gotten a lot better at trying to get over quickly to make those short distances. But still, as you could see in that instance, it fails to get over all the way. It should have waited for a better gap on the right, and then it would have been able to get all the way over. And as a human driver, if you knew that you had to get over that quickly, you would probably have waited for it. But then again, there are a lot of situations where even as a human, you miss that opportunity just because of the pattern with the traffic. So that, you can't completely discredit Beta there for that one. Thankfully, it didn't do anything unusually awkward trying to get over. Sometimes it will be too assertive trying to get over to the right and really annoy other people. So no honks. I'm happy to say today with 11.4.3, nobody honked at me. So very thankful for that. All in all, like I said before, even after this test right now, I'm going to give it a rating of 8.5 out of 10. That brought it from an 8 earlier up to an 8.5. I can't really give it a 9 because it missed both of those turns, but 8.5 is a good rating for my first initial tests. Stay tuned for the video clip of me driving with the latest version tomorrow down in Chicago. Definitely subscribe if you're not subscribed, and I'll see you guys in that video tomorrow.